Hey y'all, good to see you here on Grassroots Gardening. If you're new here, I'm Ryan, and I was on the way down to Grassroots Nursery Center, that's our garden center, to make a video for you guys. But on the way out, I see Dad is getting our garden cleaned up, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna give the guys a two for today, a little big garden update, and we'll go down to Grassroots and see what they got going on down there today. Hope I don't make him nervous and then hit the water line with me watching. We gotta get these tomato cages out of here too. I mean, I tell y'all what, there were so many peppers in this garden yesterday, and of course he's gotten rid of them all because we got to prepare for our fall garden. But the amount of peppers in this place was insanity. I wish I had come down here and gotten a wheelbarrow full before just to show y'all. There's a couple still in the dirt right yonder, but it was absolutely loaded, lots of eggplant and stuff like that. But it's transition time, so we are in mid-August right now, and the garden was just tired. It was shot. So now we're gonna have to prep the soil, come in here, we're gonna till it up. I think Dad's got a dump truck somewhere over there full of our good stuff compost that we're gonna introduce into the garden and till in, just to help enriching the soil with a little organic material as well as more microbes. Get it ready for some collards and broccoli and whatever else Dad wants to plant this coming fall. So the only thing left down here right now is our okra, and okra is loving this hot, dry August weather. This is when it thrives. Again, if y'all saw the video a few weeks back, this is our jambalaya okra that we were experimenting with, and then of course our Clemson spineless. And it's kind of neat to plant them in the same row and leave this little gap, because you can really tell, you know, the difference between the two varieties. I haven't came down here and picked enough okra. Dad might can chime in here to see if this one really outproduced, if the jambalaya outproduced the Clemson spineless 2-to-1. I haven't picked enough of it to see, but you definitely can tell the Clemson spineless is a good bit taller plant, and the jambalaya is a little shorter, stockier plant. Hey, Daddy-o.
Hey.
It's looking good down here, man.
Yes, I'm about all I can do with this machine.
You got a license to drive that cat?
I haven't even learned how yet.
Yeah, I'm not good on this one either, I'll be honest. It's a nice little machine. That's not bad. You got a couple little whoop-de-doos in there, but it's not bad.
Well, on the other side, the okra is smooth and pretty.
Yeah. Well, I'll walk around there and film then. That way
don't do that.
They can see how talented you really are. No, it's looking good. I was just telling the folks we gonna transition over to fall time and get this soil tilled up. You're gonna add some compost to it and plant you some collards. They got them planted down at Grassroots. I saw them behind the greenhouse the other day.
You do?
Yeah, little babies, just starting. So couple weeks they'll be ready.
I got a dump truck load of compost to put on here.
Yeah, I saw it. You had some peppers in here though. Good gracious.
Oh my goodness, we got a basket bush.
I was just saying, I bet you could have filled up a wheelbarrow with
Yeah,
them peppers.
I know. Every bit of it.
There was that many down here.
Away, I don't know how many.
Yeah.
But look at the okra though, ain't it pretty?
It's beautiful, man. Hey, do you think that the jambalaya has outproduced the Clemson spineless, would you say? I haven't been down there to pick enough.
No, it hasn't outproduced it. I think it's a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, so like a tougher skin to the actual fruit? Oh, interesting.
I think so. I haven't really eat both of them.
Side by side?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll come over here and pick some of each and you know, do some, maybe saute it like you said Mom did the other night in the oven. Oven roast some.
Yeah, do it in the oven and try it both of them, but I think you probably ain't gonna find a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get that.
Let me help you down. Don't leave your leg up there.
Nope.
It is a hard machine to get in and out of.
Well,
it's a nice little machine though.
It is. I think for somebody that, you know, that is real versatile and healthy and all that, we need to do something about washing that windshield off.
Yeah, it's filthy. I cleaned this thing not too long ago, but it's done been used since then.
Yeah, they did the dust clean up at the office and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish it up with a bush hog, a box blade.
Box blade?
Yep.
Now that's your piece of equipment right there. If anybody can run a box blade, it's this man right here. You've got a couple thousand hours, I'm sure, on that box blade.
I used to could roll a cigarette with it.
I bet you could, man. I remember working in the summertime with Dad. We would, so Dad would get grading jobs, driveway jobs, or what have you. And he'd stay on the box blade, and me and a couple other guys would be on the rake behind him, just finishing it up. But we didn't have a lot to do because you was dang good on that thing. Yeah, thousands of hours with that box blade and that very same tractor.
I'll tell you a funny thing though. Robert Sigler was working with me one time, and we had completed the job, and the man was going to write me a check.
Yeah.
And so I was going to write him a receipt. And I didn't know what date was. So I said, Robert, what's today's date? He said, I don't know, my wife takes care of that.
He leaves it up to her, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't even know what date it was.
He didn't want it. Well, he was retired, so
yeah,
he
didn't care. I tell you what, lately I don't know what day of the week it is, much less the date. It's been so doggone busy.
It is.
But good things are coming. And I tell you, you was asking me, Dad, the other day, we obviously the grass and weeds have just taken over my poor little recycled pots over there, but I'd like to do some potatoes and some garlic and do some of them onions in there again. Those white onions were delicious.
And potatoes would be a good thing.
Yeah.
A little red potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, those little blue ones are good too. And they kind of color up your dishes. The purple,
yeah,
I grew some last year. I don't think I give you any. I think I ate them all.
I've never seen purple.
Yeah, they're purple. Purple potatoes.
I think potatoes and garlic, onions would be great.
Yeah, you could even do some broccoli out here if you wanted to. It's getting about time to do broccoli again.
Don't plant no more eggplants.
We had a bunch of them. Did we even eat any? I don't
Linda's
think.
gonna. Linda and Tracy's gonna do some today.
Are they? Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to do with eggplants, but we planted a bunch of them down here.
We got a wheelbarrow full of them too.
And our birdhouse gourds, let's walk over here and show you those. Those have done really well. It's hot today, man. It ain't as bad as it has been, though.
No, it's starting to cool down. It says high in the 80s.
Yeah.
And low in the 60s now.
Oh, good. You about ready to build you a fire, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, I got to get some wood up.
But look at these jewels over here, y'all. These have done really good. You remember we planted these back in the spring right over here just at the base of the fence. And they've grown up really, really nicely. They've got to get some more size to them. And we're going to let them just die on the vine and dry. And then we'll come in here, harvest them, drill us a hole. And I've never gutted one out, have you?
Yeah, I've done it. You just get a hole saw and drill it.
Yeah.
But then you got to take a sort of like a long knife and
spoon or
cut
something.
it all out.
Okay. Well, we're gonna let them dry, so maybe we could just take like a long spoon or something and dig up in there and clean them out.
I always buy them already done, so I don't.
Yeah.
I've never really done that many.
Yeah. Well, we'll experiment with it and see how it goes.
What you fixing to do then?
I'm fixing to head down to Grassroots. I was on the way down there, but then I saw you, so figured we'd stop and say hey.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I gotta check on my Kajari melon over here. I think we done waited too late on all the Kajaris, y'all. That might still, nope, that's the birdhouse gourd growing up there. I think the Kajari melon is toast. We just didn't have time to come down here and tend to it. There's one little pitiful one right there, so I have to try those again next spring. Yeah, it has, but there's not a lot of grapes on it. That Southern Home muscadine vine that we planted this past spring. But you know the mistake I made there, Dad? I didn't prune it back during February like I was supposed to. And so I think right now it's just trying to get itself established and, you know, just do its vegetative growth. So I'll have to come down here in February and prune it back real hard, and then hopefully next year we'll get some more grapes on it. All the raccoons eat all my grapes at the house.
Oh,
every daggone one of them.
I don't think it's a raccoon.
What you think?
It's that darn old armadillo. I've seen him around here 4 or 5 times now.
But they were up high though. They were all up in the canopy.
Oh, armadillos don't climb?
I don't think so.
Well, I know he's roosting over yonder.
Oh, is he?
Is it roosting or sleeping?
I think he's just sleeping. But I think it was a raccoon because they were up high. He would have had to climb the fence, and I don't think armadillos can climb up there.
I don't think they climb.
Them raccoons been climbing all over my car and everything, so I believe those are my culprits. Well, we're gonna head down to Grassroots, my friend.
All right.
You be cool.
Let me get me lots of color plants now.
All right, I'll make sure they got you at least a couple hundred.
Yeah. Because I'm going to plant a lot of them in what I don't eat. I'm going to make some sauerkraut this year.
Yeah, we didn't do it last year.
And what I don't eat and do, I'm going to give it to the rabbits.
Okay. Okay, we got to come see your rabbits again, too. It's been a while.
Anybody want any rabbits?
Probably so. Drop a comment below if you would need some rabbits.
I got them.
Okay, so it's about 5 hours later. Per usual, as soon as I walk into this place, it's just I start helping customers, and it's Saturday. Y'all know how that goes if you watched any of the Saturday videos in the past. Long story short, I got busy, had to set the camera down. Kind of sad out here with Scarlett and Larry not being in the jungle greenhouse, but the plan is we're gonna move Harley, which is our African gray right here. Hey Harley, what's up buddy? Harley's gonna go in either Scarlett's or Larry's cage. They're gonna have a lot more room. I think they'll be much happier. And then of course Bertle is gonna get an upgrade too. What do you think about that, Bertle? Okay, Bertle doesn't have too much to say about it, but they're gonna have much bigger cages. I just ordered them a bunch of more toys offline. So I think everybody's going to give an upgrade, and that'll give Cam a little bit more room too, because we'll be able to move those two smaller cages out of the way. All of our tropicals out here are looking absolutely amazing. The humidity is crazy out here, but the plants are loving it. Stuff is reaching all the way up to the top of our Atlas greenhouse out here, but everybody is super, super happy. Beautiful staghorn fern up there. I always forget the name of this plant right here every single time I come to talk about it. And this philodendron giganteum is living up to its name. Just look at the size of the leaves on this guy. Still, I know, still haven't got down here and done my living wall, but well, story of my life, just haven't had time. This cissus vine is climbing up it though, so at least that's trying to do something. Beautiful variegated Monstera albo reaching out on this driftwood that we have coming off the wall here. This is, y'all remember, this is that area that we redid where we had the little water feature, and we filled it in with rock. So got to get down here and get that living wall under construction. Oh, and I'm gonna take y'all inside and show you something here in a second. Look what finally got ready. So if you remember, we had a big cluster of bananas on our banana tree that we planted in the greenhouse. It got massive, planted over here in the ground, and the bananas are finally ready. We'll walk in and I'll show you guys what they look like. Ooh, another really nice albo over here. We got to take some cuttings off of those guys soon. And then our corpse lily. So our Amorphophallus titanum is probably getting ready to go into its dormancy stage. This is the one I've showed you guys a couple times in videos. This is probably the rarest plant that I have right now. This is the corpse lily, has that giant flower whenever it decides to do it. It smells like rotting flesh. That's gonna be pretty daggum cool when it happens. Might not be next year, I don't know, but that'll be something to call the newspaper about. And then of course you got Chadwick in here soaking up some air conditioning.
All of it. Not leaving any for anyone else.
I don't blame you, it's hot out there. But here's our bananas, y'all. So if you remember, this was the cluster was hanging down from our banana tree out there. I've ate 3 of them, and well, they just taste like bananas, but pretty cool. Like little bite-sized Snicker bananas. Nuggets. And I forget the name of this orchid right here. Dendrochila magnum. This thing, I can't believe nobody's bought that yet, T.
I know, it's crazy. Isn't
it is
beautiful?
crazy.
I think people think it's like a art piece.
A showcase?
They don't, you know, it's kind of hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, it is cool. Might want to put a bigger price tag on it. I think it's only like 80 bucks. I think.
125.
Okay. I think it's only like $125.
I'll sell it to you right now for 80.
For the low price of 80. We're going to look at fruit trees. Hey, are we selling cuttings now?
Yeah, I've got a chalkboard on the side over there that has all the prices.
Oh, cool. That's a good idea. That's a real good idea. So we're just taking cuttings of plants out of the jungle greenhouse. Got them set up on a nice little display inside of here in the store. So if you don't want to, you know, if you're looking for a cheaper option and don't mind rooting it yourself, of course, a lot of this stuff is already got roots coming out on it, but you can save a lot of money and grow it yourself. It's a good idea. And of course we got all our fountains out here running that I showed you guys last time, and all the folks around here are diligently watering plants because it's Saturday. I'm almost fixing to close here in a few minutes, so Miss Jovi's watering up a lot of stuff. Now this did catch my eye earlier. This is a sweet autumn clematis, or clematis. I always say it wrong, but isn't that a beautiful vine right there? Not too many vines that are doing their flowering in the autumn time, hence the name Sweet Autumn. That's beautiful. And I guess since we're right here, let's just go ahead and pop our head in the greenhouse. For those of you who maybe haven't watched the channel before, this is our retail greenhouse out here. A lot of orchids, air plants, even more house plants. So they do a wonderful job of keeping this place looking fantastic. We've got some carnivorous stuff out here. Then we will bring some annuals in from time to time throughout the year. These are some that they probably brought in here just to shift them up in the size, try to get them sellable. We're kind of in that transition phase here in mid-August, getting ready to switch over to a lot of our fall decor and fall plants. I'm sure the mums are going to be coming out soon. Me and Cameron have to go get pumpkins soon. We got a lot of work coming. Right, Jovi? Right. Still got some mandevellas left out here, some tropical hibiscus. Now's the time when we put everything on sale. Again, just trying to move material that we need to, that's more summertime related, and to make room for the upcoming fall plants. And Miss Jovi was kind enough to come down here today and kind of clean out some of our aquatic barrels down here. If you remember, these are the barrels we got out of the trash, cut them in half and made our little waterfall down through here. And we grow all of our bog plants down in this area. Something else we got to come in here and do this winter, we've gotten our, you know, it's a really cool idea how they put the mulch down through these aisles. Makes it nice to walk on, but we've gotten it so thick, we've had so much rain lately, until the mulch is kind of just rotting in our aisleways. So we're going to have to come through this winter and get it all cleaned up. And I think I'm going to go back with rock down through here, but not 100% sure just yet. Now all of our pond plants are getting kind of tired, and I see a little bit of food still on the top of the water. So Miss Pam, she's helping some customers now right over there. She must have came down and fed the fish just a couple of minutes ago. But this is getting kind of tired too. Ethan's probably, so Ethan owns Amen Corner Ponds. He's the guy that built the pond for me and builds a lot of ponds in the area. He's going to come in probably here the next month or two and do the fall clean out. So we'll have to rip a lot of these plants out, and they'll take the fish out, put them in a separate water tank, and then they'll come in and pressure wash all the rock. It'll be a totally different pond here in just a couple of months. Then what I'd like to do is come down and do some more fall related plants. Put some pansies and violas and that type of stuff, just to give us some color down here around the pond during the winter. Hey, and Dave finally got his Lady Banks planted here on the trellis that he built. That's going to be absolutely gorgeous when that grows up here and gets a canopy. And then in the springtime, I have those beautiful yellow blooms covering this thing. It's gonna be freaking amazing. Can't wait to see that in a couple of years once that plant gets kind of established. I was hoping Dave was down here. I was going to ask him about the fruit trees. We've got a lot of fruit trees that just came in. So if you don't know, fall is the best time for planting pretty much any type of shrub or tree out in your yard. The reason being, the plant will have, you know, especially here, we're in zone 8B. The plant's going to have time to get established before the heat of next summer. It's very easily, you know, people think that spring is the best time to plant, but it's really second best. Fall is prime time because that plant has time to get its roots in the ground, get established, and then before the heat of next summer, it's already got its roots down into the ground. It can find water, it can find nutrients, it can anchor itself in before the heat of the following summer. Man, what a big old Japanese maple Dave has found, and looks like probably a 25-gallon pot. I wonder if this is just a seedling or what this is. Silhouette. Ooh, I have not seen this up until just right now, but that's a big dude. That's a pretty. So silhouette usually is given, they give that name to plants that have a more columnar type growth habit, which that one seems to have a nice tight upright growth habit. If I didn't need to sell plants to make money to keep this place running, I think we might have to take that thing home with us. That's pretty. We got a lot of other Japanese maples over here too, of course, but we're just walk down here into our delivery area, and you guys will get the behind the scenes first ever sight of the fruit trees that came in, because they're just now trying to get these tags so that we can get them out into the sale area. So we've got some Asian pears, some Bartlett pears, some Pink Lady apples, and I tell you what, guys, $34.99. that is not a bad price for these. Are every bit of 6 foot tall. These are probably some more apples here too. Yep, some more Pink Ladies. Not a bad price for an already, well, by the time you plant it, I guess it'd be over 5 foot tall, but still 34 bucks. Not bad. So if you're in the local area and you're looking to grow your own food and enjoy planting in a little bit cooler weather coming up soon, we got you covered. Here's an Arkansas Black. Oh, look at those beautiful panicle hydrangeas. So if it's got the pink tape around it, then it's already sold. Looks like we've got some peach trees here. Yep, some Ruby Prince. That's a great variety of peach. And then some Belle of Georgia. Boy, this is, so Chad went and picked these up from a local grower last week, and they just came in. They look really, really good. I mean, these Belle of Georgias are easy 6 foot tall trees. Some All Rosa, or AU Rosa plums. I'm not familiar with this one. Some of these I'm gonna have to look up. Dave knows all about them. We got some pecan trees mixed in here too, so some nut trees as well. Ooh, these got to be flamethrowers right here. Yeah, look at the color of the flamethrower leaf on this Cercis canadensis. So this is your red bud, but I'm sure this has got to be, yep, flamethrower. One of my favorites. Mine didn't do too good at the house, but I love that red color on the new growth. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's just wine red on the tips. Then it looks like we got some Ruby Falls. So this is another variety of red bud. It's a weeping variety, as you can tell. These branches are just growing almost straight down. Beautiful Merlot colored leaf on it. I don't have one of these in the yard yet, so we might have to wind up taking one of those back home during the fall. And let's see what we got here. Here's a Bruce plum. I'm not a big plum tree guy. I love to eat plums, but I just haven't grown that many. But I have heard of Methley. This is supposed to be a real good pollinator. Let's see what else Dave has got hidden down here. This is customers aren't allowed down here in this area. This is for stuff that's already sold or we just got delivered. Found some more Pittosporum, it looks like. Got a giant elm tree down here. Some more ligustrum, some viburnums, all kinds of stuff he's got down here, you guys. Tea olives, some more panicle hydrangeas, a lot more fruit trees over here. Harvester peach, Fuji apples. And look at the size of this coffee cups colocasia. I've done a couple videos on this. It's one of my absolute favorite elephant ears. I planted it a couple years ago down here. Look at how much space it's taken up now. It's absolutely beautiful right here. A couple of the older leaves are getting ready to drop off, but that is such a cool looking elephant ear. But the trees and shrubs just go on for days and days. But I do tell you what, I do want to put in the yard at home is one of these purple leaf plums. Beautiful flowers in the springtime, and then just that nice dark foliage. We'll have to find a spot along the driveway or maybe around the house, because I definitely want to have one of those. Honey locust. We've got all kinds of cool different grasses down here, and again, it just goes on and on and on. Big thanks to the guys down here, guys and gals at Grassroots, because I've been so busy with my other businesses lately. I really just haven't had near the time to spend down here that I would like to have. And the place, it always just looks fantastic. So my hat's off to them. Thank you guys for all your hard work down here and keeping the nursery going and keeping it looking as good as it does. If you're in the area, I'd love for you to come see us. Like I said, fall is planting season. We've got sales going on right now. And if you're not, hit the subscribe button down there if you hadn't already, and you can follow along here with us on YouTube. And the more you know, the more you grow. I'm tired. I'm going home to get me a cold beer. I'll see you guys on the next video.